You're tuned to the king of the internet. Oh, I like that.
It is. But right now we have a living legend on the line.
Yeah, who is that?
He goes by the name of Selasi. Selasi, what's going on with you, famo?
Hi, Selasi.
Great. How y'all doing, man?
Everything is good.
Yes.
Now, most people right now, they know you from the Bravo television show.
The Kandi Factory.
Called The Kandi Factory, right?
Yeah.
See, now, me personally, I am a fan of yours from a little bit before that. I'm hearing that you worked with an artist that I, just love so much. And his music has inspired me to great new heights in my life, personally.
Who is this person you're referring to?
Oh, Idris Elba, of course.
Oh, Lord. Oh,
now, were you behind the Idris Elba Private Garden song? Is that correct?
Yeah.
That was a masterpiece, my nigga. That was beautiful.
Look, dude is easy on the eyes, but he's not easy on the
ears. No. Shut your mouth. Shut your goddamn mouth right now. Okay, so you're on this show. Kandi Factory. Now, I'm guessing, obviously she got the call to get the show produced, and you're just somebody who naturally works close with her. I mean, you were engineering in a house, for God's sakes. So you naturally have to be kind of a part of this filming process. How has this process been for you? Like what has the whole process been like for you?
Well, in regards to what I do, the engineering part of it, it's very hectic. Because at the end of the day, I have to work on screen while we're recording and in the studio, and then I have to work off screen while the cameras are off. I still have to be in the studio for hours and hours and hours, working with these artists. So some weeks, because we shot an episode a week. So some weeks I go 3 days with no sleep, trying to get this done.
All right, now it was great.
Yes, until dun 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 dun.
Right, it was going pretty well there, my G Selasi, until one
popped off.
Like one horrific moment on the show. Now I always admit to my guests, so don't feel bad about this, Selasi. Please don't.
Oh no.
Hold on. Let me get to the point, brother. Before you interrupt, I always admit my faults. Like I just admitted to Silk the Shocker. I can't stand them. I never liked them. It's really just because of the goddamn Scully he used to wear with no hat on. Now, I'm not a big fan of reality shows, and I've never in my life watched an episode of Kandi Factory. But, as a journalist, in a radio show host, I had to do my research for this interview. You got into this altercation with Don Vito.
Is that his name?
Yeah, that's his name. Don Vito.
Okay.
And he tapped that chin. Selasi, what the hell happened there?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't the chin. He did hit me.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on the chin.
Well,
but I mean, it was a situation where we had real talk. It's we in the studio filming, and he's one of those people where once the camera came on, it's like too many people in the studio, too many creative people in the studio for a long period of time. It's like tension goes and shit becomes crazy.
Right.
The lights get on and people's
start
real
changing.
life character changes.
Start smelling
if I should put it
themselves,
that
like
way.
my mother says.
Right.
So it's like all those changes, and it's like I'm an even kill person, because it's like while I'm in the studio, we might be filming, but at the end of the day, it's work for me, because at the end of the week I have to deliver 2 records.
Right.
So it's like that stress when all the other stuff is going. It's just I couldn't handle it. So it led somewhere else.
Now, what was the argument initially over there, Selasi?
You seem irritated from what I saw. You seem like you were just in an irritated mood from the jump.
No, it's not. It was like I said, it was a build up of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that gets cut out. So it was a build up. It's something that it didn't just happen at once. It was a build up. It just kept happening, and it's like, look, I mean, I know the camera is on, but chill out. But it kept happening. So
now, what was when you say it kept happening? What do you mean by the it? what kept happening?
No,
I know you're saying there was a build-up, but what exactly?
Just those irritating moments, like, okay, we working and you know, like coming over to hit some buttons on the board, and it's like, okay, like I'm doing this, let me do this, and you do what you do, you know. So it was just a whole bunch of tension and stuff like that built up, and it just boiled over.
Did you guys have any tension before the show?
Nah, I actually had worked with him. I worked with him on the Housewives of Atlanta on the Tardy for the Party record.
Right.
And
now,
I did some more stuff with him on another artist that came out independent. So it's like we had worked together before this.
Right.
And I'd never seen this side of him, you know.
Right. Okay, well, you saw that side now. I mean, okay, so you know, whatever happens, he says whatever he says, or, you know, keeps pushing your buttons. You guys get into this altercation. Now, is that altercation that we seen, is that all that happened there?
Or was stuff left out?
I mean, you know how it is. Always stuff always gets edited out.
Right. Because you look bad on that one, homie.
I don't think he looked bad. I just
I mean,
like,
from what I saw, you know, because he got a good punch in there, and it was like when you ever had a chance.
See, what I tell people is the meeting with Phaedra, when we met with Phaedra, it was the next day. I don't even want to say the next day because we were in the studio till late. So it was. Are we talking about maybe 12 hours later, something like that? We had that meeting.
Right.
And if I was in a fight and somebody punched me in my face, and the camera does a close up on me while we're talking to Phaedra, you would see the, you know, the remnants that I was in a fight.
Right.
You know, so it wasn't like it looked.
Right.
Know,
so basically, he hits like a 12-year-old high school, freshman.
I mean, I'm not going to say all that. It's just,
well, that's what you just said, my dude.
I mean, that's not what I'm saying is that it didn't. It's not like it looked.
It's not like it looked.
Because I looked at when I watched it, I got heated. I was like, oh, it made me look bad on that one.
Right.
But you know.
It looked like he hit you hard, but in reality, you know,
he was tripping me out when he held his arm out to stop you from coming close.
Now,
right now.
I also, you know, the one thing that I see, I know it wasn't. This couldn't have been scripted. I know this one couldn't have been scripted. But what in the hell is this chick doing, jumping in between the middle of you guys? And how does she?
Candy?
Yeah.
I'm sure that she didn't want it to go down like that. I'm
right.
not mad at her.
She didn't want it to go down like that. She didn't want it to go down. It's just shit. But she did move out of the way.
Hell yeah, because her mom ain't raised no fool now.
Right. Because real Negro talk, if I get into a scrap right now and I'm scrapping with somebody, I don't expect you to jump in between.
No, at first I probably would try to stop it. I
had a conversation with the dude that jumped in between the field. That was actually a field producer. I had a conversation with him. I was like, you know, you wrong for that, right?
Right.
You know, he was like, what? I was like, look, when someone swings and you come in to break it up, don't hold me.
Right.
Like that's like I didn't throw the first blow, so don't hold me.
Hold
like,
you.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you should hold
the aggressor.
You should have snuffed him for doing
I know,
that. Right? Selasi. All right, now
wait.
So you should have snuffed him for that.
Let me ask you something.
I mean, like that's.
What do you feel?
The crazy thing about it is he's a friend of mine too.
No, it's okay. So like, don't worry about it.
I was like, you look like you on dude's side, man. Like whose side you on?
Next time you film, just go up to him, the back of the head, and just you know, smack him upside the head. You ain't got to snuff him. That's what you do amongst friends.
Lord!
Just to show your displeasure.
Did you?
I wasn't mad about the standing in between or him snuffing me or all that. I was mad that he intercepted my flying side kick.
Yeah, real men.
Oh yeah, he tackled you when you tried to kick him, didn't he?
Yeah. I
landed my kick, but it didn't have that much force behind it as what was coming.
Now, did you ever take kickboxing classes or anything? Like you watched karate?
Yeah, I did a little bit.
You did. So that's why the kick came up, because I'm not used to people kicking.
That must be that African thing.
Yeah, don't try to kick.
What you trying to say? What you trying to say?
She trying to say African.
Because this is not the first time at first I didn't know you were African until you just said it. Yeah. But I've seen Africans fight before, and they tend to kick.
She said
noticed that.
I mean, but I feel that at the end of the day, a kick is, it'll feel harder than a punch. Like you can hold your hands up in a guard position, and if someone kicks you up there, it would hurt your hand and your face, right?
Yeah, true indeed.
All right,
kick him in the balls.
See, where I'm from, our kicks are called stomping a Negro out. That's the way we kick. We stomp Negroes out. We don't necessarily, kick to get you on the ground, but once you're on the ground, that's when the kicking is. All right, now look, real quick, what is the relationship between you and Don Vito now? Are you guys still? Are you got over this? Did you
buy him that phone?
I mean, did I do what?
Did you buy him that another phone?
Oh, I don't work at AT&T.
Because that was his thing on the episode the other night, that you made sure to buy him a phone. That's how it could be peace or something like that.
Oh, nah.
So I guess it's not peace then.
I mean, it is what it is.
Right. All right, well, if you ever need help, man,
make sure you land that kick next time.
Yeah, land the kick, man. I don't know.
Sound like
I mean, like to tell you the truth, I feel it's out of my character. Like I normally don't allow myself to go there, and I was actually mad at myself because it's like I really allowed someone to push my buttons to get me to that point. So that was something that I had to go through with myself. Like, look, I pride myself on not allowing no one to push my buttons.
Okay.
It was just one of those things.
You have anything else for them, Mara?
I want to go to this Tardy for the Party thing. I didn't know you worked on that. Now, I think Kim was, they're going to court for that whole situation.
Yeah.
Kim's argument was basically that, I don't know exactly what her argument is, but I think the whole gist of it is that she and her daughter wrote the song or something to the effect, and that Kandi didn't do much to it.
Well, Kim is a friend of mine, and Kandi is like a big sister / employer, so this is like a very touchy subject. But I mean, the truth is, at the end of the day, the concept existed, the term existed on the concept, tardy for the party. So Kandi kind of incorporated that into the song. But apart from that phrase, tardy for the party, is like she pretty much wrote everything, like wrote the verses and wrote, she incorporated it into a song. So it's, at the end of the day, if you listen to the original version that was done with that phrase, it's totally different from this. So it's I feel on one hand is about not having a thorough understanding of how the business operates, So it's like she really didn't know what, because she said it like, look, my attorney's handling this. I really don't know, what is and what isn't.
Right.
So it was one of those situations where it was like, okay, I'll let my attorney handle it, and that's the direction the attorney went in.
Okay.
But you were in the studio for the whole creative process, so that's how you know that Kandi pretty much brought the meat to the table. The only thing that Kim basically brought was Tardy for the Party. That just concept of Tardy for the Party.
Yeah, I mean, the initial concept was, she actually gave it to Kandi on, I think it was on tape. It was a country like, don't be tardy for the party, y'all can hardly wait. Like
right, I heard the original.
It sounded like country, like a country, and it was a man singing it, like an old man singing it.
And it was a slower song. It wasn't nowhere near as up tempo.
Yeah. It was a slow country, but she turned it into a dance.
She turned it into a hot mess, and everyone loved it.
Yeah.
For the most part.
I mean, it's like the crazy part of it is like that song just took off. It took
did.
Off.
It really did. I don't think Kandi was expecting it to take off like that.
No, none of us were expecting it to take off like that. Really, it's like one of those things where we're in the studio having fun. It is what it is, having fun. Next minute, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Right.
So
All right, well, look, it is what it is. You know, I don't want to be tardy for getting over this Brooklyn Bridge, my nigga. So we're about to try to wrap this baby up here.